Here we go. A 5, 6, start to spell. S-A-T-U-R-T-A-Y. Night. S-A-T-U-R-T-A-Y. Night.
Hi, I'm Seth Rudetsky.
And I'm Jack Plotnick.
And we co-wrote the musical Disaster.
S-A-T-U-R-T-A-Y. Night.
Yes.
And we just visited Tucson Magnet High School to watch their production and give a master class, and it was amazing.
First of all, do Disaster. I'm looking you all in the eye, you drama teachers. Do Disaster. It's right for so many reasons. First of all, the comedy is really expertly crafted. The music is incredible, and unlike lots of jukebox musicals where the music is shoehorned in, every single lyric makes sense, and every song is just either uplifting or heartbreaking. And in the midst of all the comedy, there's some real acting that has to happen. And not to say that comedy doesn't require acting. It does, of course it does. But it requires so much of your students. And in addition, they love being put into the 70s.
Well, as the parent of a freshman, I couldn't believe they took on such an amazing production. Mr. Almquist, the theater director, is just a genius at taking a group of kids, some of whom have never acted before, others that have, and pulling together a production that everybody was on board with and wholeheartedly committed to.
There might have been a couple of questions here and there trying to figure out what actual disaster they were playing off of. Okay. But for the most part, he kind of knew a lot of the music and the references that were being made, I think.
The age that I'm at, I grew up in the 70s. And so the music is it's been wonderful to listen to the soundtrack together and singing together. And I can recall stories from my teenage years and younger. But there's a great tongue-in-cheek kind of sense of humor that I think high school kids at this age need to be given permission to kind of think and act and say things outside political correctness. But I know this is the age of we should. But at the same time, let's give them a little free rein here and let them feel some of these jokes are a little risque, you know? And this is the age that they need to be introduced and shown how to do it within the right boundaries, you know? Just let's give them a little space. So I think it's a wonderful outlet for that.
Props to the writing, because regardless, it was funny, entertaining, and overall enthralling. Wow. And it kept everybody engaged, regardless of their knowledge of the time period. So.
Someone's going to grow up to be a critic. I've never seen better quotes for a show poster.
One of the joys was seeing some of our students who were a little quieter get more comfortable. It was just beautiful. In a production, it's a process. It's baking a loaf of bread. It takes time. And as they get settled, as they get more confident, and I want to say, the great thing about theater education is that it really is, a company is like a microcosm of society, where everybody works together and depends on each other and can lift each other up or tear each other down. And if you create that positive vibe where everybody's supporting each other, what a lesson for our students and what a lesson for all of us in these times. So I am just delighted with what I do and what we were able to do today.
Starting at a high school of over 3,000 kids, particularly when you're a child who has come out but is feeling nervous about starting high school, it has been transformative for him, I would say. I think he was really nervous and anxious. He even missed some school at the beginning of the year. And by the time the show was done, he had built a group of friends that hopefully he'll have for the next 3.5 years and will help carry him through as part of a theater family that is a dream come true for me as a parent.
I've noticed the air of self-confidence and acceptance of himself. He's been surrounded by such a nurturing bunch of students and friends who have become friends as well as mentors who have just cheered him along.
I think Kenneth learned some more about teamwork, because he's not really been into any major sports or anything like that. It's just not his thing. That aspect of it, with some of his learning disabilities, I think it's helped him focus a lot more, especially on things that he really enjoyed. So I mean, he kind of put his heart into it, if you will.
How it's parlayed into life is that he's become more outgoing. He's not as introverted, but also much more confident and sure of his own personal opinions, because he's been accepted in so many ways. That's all.
Being an ensemble character but still having a song to sing in the show, that was really cool, that I could still have a moment.
I still
have so much fun every time we do a show or a rehearsal. Even though I'm not a main character, you don't have to be to really enjoy your place in it and just watching everyone. Like, I had a problem where I would like just watch everyone instead of doing what I was supposed to do, but but it was so fun and I love the show so much.
Wow. I think Disaster is a show that any high school, if they have the ability to take it on, because it is a big show to take on, but I think they could have a lot of fun with it because there are so many characters. There's big roles and small roles. There's music and there's speaking, so it could fit any high school curriculum.
Do Disaster. You can do it as elaborately or as simply as you like. This could be done honestly on a bare stage, very easily, with great costuming, even with minimal costuming. It really is about the characters and the music.
Oh, I was definitely proud. I'm kind of proud of anything that he does when he's not getting in trouble. So
He's just more accepting of himself and not trying to be such a perfectionist in academics, in chore life, at home. I mean, just overall. And I hope that this continues to build and bud from here.
I love this show so much. I've never smiled and laughed so hard in my life. I was in the second row on opening night, and everybody around me was having the time of their life.
Do Disaster. Trust me. Good shows are hard to find. This is one of the best.
Wonderful! Yay! Wonderful, guys. You are phenomenal. Phenomenal.